Hi guys, welcome to None of My Business series. In this series, we'll talk about business that are not my business. And in today's video, we'll talk about a company called Jotform. So how did it start from one person into a SaaS empire? Let's get to it. What is Jotform? Jotform is an online platform that helps you create forms, kind of like Google Forms and other forms out there. As of 2021, Jotform has about 10 million users, and it started in 2006. It's even before Google Form was a thing. Currently, it has about 400 employees, but it started with one person, Aytekin Tank. Who is Aytekin Tank? I first learned about Aytekin Tank from Medium because he shared a lot of articles about entrepreneurship and useful productivity advice to the general public. So if you're curious about his infinite wisdoms, you can search his name, Aytekin Tank. I'm sure thousands of his articles will show up and it will be very beneficial for you to read them. When Aytekin Tank was a kid, he told his father, I'm going to be an engineer and I'm going to be rich. But his father told him, engineers don't get rich, businessmen do. Ever since, his father's work stuck with him. He knew he wanted to be an engineer, but also as a businessman as well. Also, do you agree with his father's words? Do you think engineers don't get rich? In my opinion, software developers with stock options do get rich. Or in Aytekin's case, software developer with a side project do get rich. Anyways, back to his story. When he was in college, he was building a side project as a hobby. And one of his projects is not Jotform. He created a website for student organization to manage their members' profile, kind of like Facebook. And it was 5 years before Facebook even existed. Even though he wanted to be a businessman, but he didn't believe himself when he graduated from college. So like the rest of us, he got a full-time job and tried to get experience. During his full-time job, his main duty was to create forms. His company's editors need a lot of forms for quizzes, polls, surveys, etc. But Aytekin, he hated the forms because it was very tedious and boring to create. So he started to think about, what if I have a tool that can help me that create forms faster and also easier. And that's when he started to create Jotform. He will wake up at 6 a.m. to answer customers' questions, and then go to his full-time job, and then come back from his full-time job and then try to write code to improve on his website. But on the 5th year of his job, he realized he didn't have enough time to implement his new ideas to Jotform. So on the 5th year, he quit his job and then transitioned into working on Jotform full-time. He will wake up, answer sales questions, answer customer support questions, help customers install their software, and then for the rest of the day, he will write code, implement new changes, and do the maintenance work. The business of Jotform. Reading Aytekin's article introduced me to a word called bootstrap. If you're a developer like me, you might think this is the CSS framework bootstrap, but it is not that bootstrap you're thinking about. It's the bootstrap of the financial term, which means when a company chooses to bootstrap, they are self-funded, and any profit that is generated from the company will be reinvested into the company to help the company keep going. So this is very different from the common approach where when the startup, they try to look for investors to invest to get started. So the bootstrap way allows Aytekin to build his product without any outside pressure. So Aytekin chooses an incremental way to build his business. In the early days, he would try to do everything by himself and only hire help if he thinks he needs them. When Jotform launched in 2006, Aytekin wanted the technology to speak for itself, so he put the main functionality and the form right at the home page. So whenever people go to jotform.com, they can start using the form or start creating the form. And he didn't charge any users. After the first year, he has about 50,000 users. After he collected feedback from the first version he built, he started to think about what kind of features people will be willing to pay for the premium version. Because he saw the potential of other SaaS subscription model, he knew that Jotform will eventually become a viable business. In April 2007, Jotform has 2 employees. It was Aytekin and another developer. They finished up the premium version and then they wrote an email to all of their users. And at first, only a few people in Spain signed up, but later that year, they had about 500 users sign up for the premium versions. At the time, Jotform charged $9 per month for the premium versions, which means that by the end of 2007, they have about $4,500 for monthly recurring revenue. You might think this is not a lot, but Aytekin kept his costs low, so most of the revenue are pure profit. According to the stats, most startups don't make profit in the first years, and only 40% of them eventually make profit, and the rest of them will fail. Fast forward to 2012, Jotform was growing and the team was growing as well. Aytekin and his friends at Jotform, they just finished up a hackathon. For those of you who never been in a hackathon before, a hackathon can be very intense sometimes. Because there are money and reputation on the line, people don't care about how much Red Bull they have to chug to win the competition. So they just wrapped up an event and Aytekin received an email from the US government saying that his company's domain jotform.com is being investigated and will be suspended. With thousands of users relying on Jotform, Aytekin decided to be frank with the users. First, he and his team made sure that all of the code and features work on the alternative domain jotform.net. Second, they put out a blog post explaining everything, exactly what happened. And the next day, their blog post was trending at the top of Hacker News. And Aytekin thought it was a lot of angry comments, so he quickly checked Hacker News and then saw that the comments, people were angry, but they're not angry at Jotform, but they're angry at the US government, also the hosting company, for making this difficult for Jotform. That's when Aytekin realized if you're honest and transparent with your user, then you will create fans with your brand as well. And what can we learn from Aytekin's stories? First, put your customer's voice before your own. Second, you don't always have to quit your full-time job right away to pursue your dream. Third, small product improvements every day adds up to a big competitive moat. Fourth, be patient. If you're going in the right direction, you'll get there eventually. Alright guys, if you want me to cover other businesses or software SaaS company, please let me know in the comment section below. I will try to get to them. I hope this was inspirational for you. It was certainly an inspiration for me. Thank you for watching and have a wonderful day.